So, Tony, you are originally from Orissa.
Yes, sir.
When
Yes,
did
Mara.
you when did you come
Well,
to America?
um, I actually originally came to Saskatchewan, Canada in 1976. I came to the US in maybe 82. Yes. So I was in Western Canada for 7 years. Yeah.
In 1976.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
And are you working here?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
What type of work are you
Well,
doing?
right now I work in a space called anti-money laundering, which falls under compliance.
Oh, you're working with the government.
Not really. I work for financial institution.
Oh, I see.
The reporting is done to government. Yeah, the reporting takes place to government. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Thank you.
So, do you know about Krishna consciousness before?
Actually, no, I do not. I've been to many. I'm sorry to laugh. I've been to many times. I think I just mentioned I went to in Saskatchewan. The ISKCON had a program. Bright and early at 5 o'clock. I've been there first time. Then I've been, bought food from Krishna concessions in New York in Wall Street when they're selling them in the 80s. I've been off and on, but however, Princeton University has a Hindu religious life, and the program is very extensive and highly intelligent. So I've been there a few times, and to make a long story short, that's about it. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, yeah. But I actually, um, I also took a class. We had to take a required class, religion class in Saskatchewan, and my class was Hinduism, but I scored the lowest. The Canadian kids got the highest. Part of the reason was apparently I did not really understand the material. Yeah.
Have you read Gita?
No, I never did. I never
There
read
is
any.
one.
I never read any books but the scripture because the school I went to in India, the secondary school was English British school, and the scriptures, the Bible was compulsory. And you fail the Bible, you fail it. So every day we prayed, we studied the Bible, and prayed Jesus Christ every day in the morning. So I had they discouraged vernacular languages and local religions, and it's apparently still there, and still the same system follows. Yeah. The school was very well known, and that criteria of schools are very well known because I jokingly say everybody from the school becomes babus. No,
Okay.
it's unfortunate. Not for the religion side, it's unfortunate that India does that because I actually started sponsoring poor children in India. If you're poor and you're not have access to it, you're lost. You're done. Yeah.
Oh, do you know about chanting Hare Krishna?
Yes, I do. I have chanted Hare Krishna many times. I can chant. That I can do because I like singing. So that so that's yeah, that's I can chime in there. Yeah, yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. Actually, when I was leaving school, secondary school in India, I was living in India. There was a movie came out. It was called Hare. I think it was called Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, where they showed all the hippies getting into India and smoking, you know what, and just chanting Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Dhammaro Dham.
I see.
Oh my God. Yeah, yeah. So I've been, that's my exposure. Yeah, yeah.
Are you a vegetarian?
Actually, no, I wasn't, but recently, because my numbers were really bad, my health numbers. So what I did is I just turned to vegetarian myself, not by any professional recommendation. I just took over vegetarianism myself, and the numbers dropped.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I was my own doctor. Yeah, yeah. That's also a reminder that to take care of your health. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Th- Thank you
And
very much.
no
Thank you
problem.
very
You're
much for
welcome.
helping us with the prasad distribution in
Yeah, I
Princeton.
did, and everybody thought that it was out of this world. I gave it to a couple of neighbors.
Yes.
They thought that specific thing, that prasad, was out of the world. They never had. They never. I have to remind them tomorrow about that again.
Okay.
Yeah, they thought the prasad was out of the world.
Do you like samosa?
Yes, that samosa was out of the world. Actually, my son came from Chicago, and I had kept one for him, and he also liked it. He came like last couple of weeks ago, so I'd kept it for 2 weeks, and it was still fresh. Yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah. To make a long story, wherever I go, also I try to visit temples, if that makes any sense. Like if I'm going to, like I'll be going to Chicago next week. If I'm going to Pittsburgh, I would stop in the ISKCON temple or whatever if I have a chance. Yeah.
Oh, very
Or
nice.
if I go to Louisiana, they have wherever I go, if there's a chance to stop at a ISKCON temple or something, I do that. And
Good.
to remind you, and I had been to the Philadelphia chapter in 2019. Somebody put up ISKCON temple. The priest came from ISKCON Philadelphia. They're very good. They're very good. Excellent talk. Excellent philosophy. Fantastic. I've been there. I've been to a few Jagannath things, like just to carry the chariot. Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, I didn't recall first time when Mr. Chaitanya asked me. Yeah. So, and there is yeah, yeah. So,
Do you have a copy of that book, Kirtan, the Kirtan Guide?
me? No, I don't. But I'll maybe I can get a copy tomorrow.
What do you want?
I don't have it.
Tony, I actually shared the link to the Kirtan Guide.
When Srila Prabhupada, huh?
Yes, Maharaj.
When Srila Prabhupada put his scientists in front of all the devotees. You know that picture on
Yes.
the webpage?
Yes, Maharaj.
They put the scientists at his feet. And all the devotees. I don't know if you see the original picture, but there's so many devotees there. What that picture shows is only a few of them. On both sides, there's many hundreds of devotees. It was like, I don't know how many there. They wanted to show that the scientists are the important preachers, most important preachers. But there was only two or three of us, and Rupanuga Prabhu, and to show that they're the most important preaching party. But they could not understand. Devotees could not understand that. Are you all connected there, Tony?
Yes, I am. I found the page too.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, I'm technically challenged. Please don't worry about me.
Okay. So, yes.
I sent over the town topics advertisement in the meantime.
So anyhow, the devotees generally don't understand. It's like a separate, something that has not been done in their experience, preaching to the scientists, by scientists. So they don't appreciate it. Of course, nowadays in ISKCON, the Bhaktivedanta Institute is getting some support. I heard that Sridhara Maharaja has given them a big house, and their preaching activities are again being encouraged. And in fact, they're being encouraged to work with the other groups, the other scientists. So, and not sure all the works they are doing, but anyhow, they're giving some importance to that, recognizing that as maybe the last challenge they have. Now they've distributed all over the world. They've collected so many devotees from different places. But the next challenge is the scientists. And I remember something Govinda Maharaj said, said that he believes in the future the scientists will become theists. Do you remember him saying that? That these atheists won't last very long.
Srila Govinda Maharaj told that, Maharaj.
He told that.
I have seen that is there in the text in the book also.
Yeah. So he predicted it will come to pass that the scientists will also be converted to devotees. And we've had some success. We've seen that. So, although they don't see anything in their own preaching field, they don't see these things happening with among the scientists and how things are changing. But it is there. It is there by Prabhupada's grace. They are coming around. They are coming to understand these things.
Maharaj, they can never dismiss what Srila Sridhar Maharaj told in subjective evolution of consciousness. They cannot say that it is not part of Sri Chaitanya Saraswati. Only problem is that they don't have enough interest in putting some hard work to understand what the founder Acharya told, and they don't have also association with proper teachers for that, and that's why they are too sentimental actually in their approach. I feel like that for a long time, Maharaj. They're not giving any importance to developing proper attitude in service. They only believe in some hard work, Maharaj.
Well, they did that too. Sripad Maharaj, Bhakti Yoga Maharaj, they neglected giving more help to him, and still he went on pushing Srila Prabhupada's message to everyone, ordinary persons and the scientists, both. And you also have been doing that. You've also been helping with Acharya Maharaj's preaching and actually expanding that preaching to South India.
Even in Nepal, in Bihar,
Also,
in Delhi, so many places, Maharaj, we have
yes.
devotees. In Jaipur, Hyderabad, so many places we have. Mysore also, we have now devotees. Acharya disciples. And Uma Devi also
Hare Krishna.
came.
Hare Krishna. How is everybody?
There is
Hare
Krishna.
Yeah, good.
Good to see you all.
Uma Didi also, Maharaj, came from London. I only introduced her to Acharya Maharaj, and even Amya Sindhu, and so many devotees, even also west side.
On that side, okay.
In Malaysia, Madan Mohan Prabhu, and in Singapore also, when I went for preaching, so many new devotees came there also.
So does Tony know the Maha Mantra?
Yes.
Does he know the Chaitanya Mantra?
So I introduced it to him last month when he came to the distribution. That was the first time he heard it. The first time he chanted it, I believe.
Okay. So, Shantamaraj, can you lead the kirtan?
By your blessings, I will do
And Tony, do you know about kirtan? How to?
Yes,
It's muted.
Call and response. We did that last month.
Oh, he knows that.
Yes.
Okay. And Maharaj.
Okay, Maharaj. Jai Guru. Bhaj Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Rama Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Rama Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango,
Nitai Gauranga,
Gauranga,
Nitai
Nitai
Gauranga,
Gauranga,
Nitai Gaurango.
Nitai Nitai
Nitai
Nitai
Nitai Nitai Nitai
Nitai
Nitai
Gauranga.
Gauranga.
Jaya Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana,
Jaya
Jai
Sachinanda,
Sachinanda,
Jaya Sachinanda,
Sachinanda.
Jai Sachinandana, Gaura Hari.
Jaya Sachinandana, Gaura Hari.
Kali-yuga Pavana Gaura Hari.
Patita Pavana Gaura Hari.
Patita Pavana Gaura Hari.
Oh, Patita Pavana Gaura Hari.
Gaura 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 Hari.
Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari.
Gaura 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 Hari.
Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari.
Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva.
Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva,
Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva.
Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Nitai
Nitai
Gaur Hari
Hare
Bol,
Bol,
Hari Bol, Hari
Hare Bol,
Bol, Hari
Hare Bol.
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari
Good Pranam, Hari.
Hari Bol. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Acharya Dev Ki Jai.
Jai,
Jai Sri Ram Namadeep Kam Ki Jai.
Jai,
Sri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai.
Jai,
Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai.
Jai,
Jai Baladev, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Ki Jai.
Jai,
Jai Yamunamayi Gangamai Ki Jai.
Jai,
Jai Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Bhatt Ki Jai.
Jai,
Jai Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Institute Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Bhaktivedanta Institute ki jai.
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 Jai Vrinda Devi, Tulsi Devi ki jai.
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 Jai Kankamai Yamunamai ki jai.
Jai.
प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद की
Jai.
all Premanandi. Hare Hare.
Hare.
All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the worldwide devotees. All Premanandi. Hare Hare.
Haribol.
विश्वपाद परमहंस परिव्राजक जगद्गुरु
Jai
श्रील भक्ति
Sripad
विमाल
Bhakti.
पुरी महाराज की जय।
Sripad Niskam Shanta Maharaja ki jai.
Jai.
Jai Umadevi ki jai.
जय
Jai.
Jai Teresa ki jai.
जय
Jai Tony Bhakta Tony ki jai.
जय।
Hare
कृष्ण केशव प्रभु श्रीमन कृष्ण केशव प्रभु की जय।
Krishna.
Jai.
And page 38. Tony, do you have the page? 38?
Yes, I had. I'm opening. I had it. I'll reopen it. I will do. I got you. Yeah. Page 38.
Can you read the Sanskrit?
Well, I'll give it a try.
Okay,
One second. It's loading one more time.
Okay.
Page 38. 38. Give it a try.
We're all sing together.
38, 38, 38,
Huh?
He doesn't know that we'll all sing together.
Okay. When you just read the Sanskrit, okay. Gala Vastra.
Vandana means prayer. Vandana means prayers. So we recite these prayers every time we meet.
Okay.
So one day you can recite along with us. One day hum Shri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnava Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajiva Sadvaitam Sadvadutam Parijana Sahita Krishna Chaitanya
Devam
Sri
Sri
Radha
Radha Krishna
Krishna Padan Sahagana
Sahagana Lalita
Sri
Sri
Vasakam
Vitamscha
Om Agana
Om Aganatinirandasya
Yananjana
Anjana Salakaya
Chakshurun
Chakshurmilitam Jaina
Tasmai Sri
Sri Gurave Namaha
Puja Sri Guru
Jai Sri Guru Bhakta
Bhargavandita
Vandita
Mahabharata
Mahabharata
Purva
Parya Parampara Prachalita
Pachalita Pragya
Vacha Pramutta Kite
Bhakti
Nirmalam Charasya
Nibritam
Nivritam
Rakshakam
Samrakakam
Sadaram
Sadaram
Vande
Vande
Sri
Sri Gurudeva Nath
Ananta Shira Acharya
Acharya Varjam Nijam
Gaurvabhista
Gurvavishta Sudarakam
Guru
Guru
Ganaya
Ganerashi Sambhushita
Yachintya
Yachinta Samasta Veda Nipunam
Sri Rupa
Rupa Panthanagam
Govinda
Govinda Bhujam Ujjalam
Paratanam
Bharatam
Bhaktavitam
Bhaktavitam Sundaram
Vande
Vande Vishwagurum Cha
Bhagavat
Bhagavad Premnahi Bijapadam
Devam
Devam
Divyatanam
Divyatanam
Paranam
Suchandavadanam
Markachet
Marakachelanchitam
Sandranam
Sandranandapuram Sadekavarnam Vairagya Vidyam Buddhim
Sri
Sri
Siddhantanidhi
Siddhanta Nidhim
Bhaktilasitam
Bhaktilasitam
Saraswatanam
Saraswatanambaram
Vande
Vande
Tam
Tam Subhadam
Adhika Sharanam
Adeka Saranam
Yashishwaram
Nyasishwaram Sridharam Sri
Sri Siddhanta
Siddhanta
Saraswati
Saraswati Pirika
Vito
Gauriya
Gauriya
Gurvanaye
Pato
Mato
Banadiva
Bhanadiva Pravata Gadane
Yogo
Gaura Sankirtanai Mayavara Tirungiladharo Gatanu
Ditya Jivani Man
Maniman
Krishna
Krishna
Prema
Prema Sudabhidaham Sukham
Radha
Prabhatam Tam
Bhaje
Bhaje
Namo Gaur
Namo Gaurakishoraya
Bhaktavadu
Bhaktavadhuta Murtaye
Gaurangri
Gaurandi Padmabhindaya
Radha
Radhava Visevine
Vande Bhakti
Devi Bhakti Vinodam
Gaura
Ekaiva Shakti Swarupakam
Bhakti
Bhakti
Shastra
Sastragya Samradham
Radha
Radhasa
Rasa
Sudhanidhim
Gaura Vrajas
Raja Sisasai
Vaishnava
Vaishnavir Bande Vigraham
Jagannatha
Jagannatha Prabhum Bande
Prema
Jagannathi
Vivre
Vidha Vaishnavam
Panchakalpa
Kalpataru Vaisya
Kripa
Kripa
Sindhu
Sindhu Vacha
Patitana
Patitanam Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavya
Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha
Panchatattva
Panchatattvatakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa
Bhaktarupa
Swarupakam Bhaktavataram
Bhaktavataram
Bhaktakyam
Bhaktakyam Namami
Namami Bhakta
Bhakta
Shaktikam
Namo
Namo
Mahavadanya
Mahavadanyaya
Krishna
Krishna
Prema
Prema Pradayate
Krishnaya
Krishnaya
Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya Namni
Namne
Gauratuse Namaha
Jayatam
Yatam
Suratam
Surato Gaur
Mahamandamate
Mamandamatir Gati
Matsarvas
Yasharavasya Padambuja Radha Madan
Radhamadamo
Mohana
Divyad Vrindaranyaka
Vyadvrindavaranya Kalpatarmado
Nagara Singhasana
Rasanasto Sri
Shri
Gandharva Sila Govinda Devo
Sriman
Prishtarihi Sevyamana Smarami
Rasa
Rasarasarambhi
Bhakti Vada
Vanchivata Tadastita
Varshanve
Varshanavenu Sanir Gopi Gopinatha Priyastuna
Vrindaye
Vrindaye Tulsi Devyai
Priyaya
Priyai Kesavasya Krishna
Krishna
Bhakti Pade Devi
Satyavatsaya
Satyavastai Namo Namah
Ajanatva
Anatva
Mantra
Mantra Gurun
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 Bhagavata
Bhagavatatthadan
Vyasanchara
Vyasam Jagat Gurun Natva
Tato
Tatpajaya Mudiraye
Jai
Jai
Saparika Shri Shri
Saparikar Shishi Guru Gauranga Gandharva
Govinda Sundar
Govinda Sundar Pada Padmanam Jayastu
Shri Krishna
Shri Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya Prabhu
Nityananda Shri
Nityananda
Advaita
Advaita
Gadadhara
Gadadhar Shivasadi
Gaur Bhakta
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama
Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama
Rama Hare Hare
Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Acharya Dev Ki Jai.
Jai.
Page 16, Yasamati Dandan, Homa Devi,
Okay. Dandavat Pranam Maharaj.
Dhanavad.
Yasomati Nandana Rajavara Nagara Gokula Ranjana Kana
Yasamati Nandan, Rajabaranagar,
Brajavaranagar
Gokula
Gokula Ranjana
Kana.
Yasomati Nandana Rajavara Nagara Gokula Ranjana Kana
Yashomati Nandana Brajavaranagar
Rajabaranagar, Gokula
Gokula Ranjana
Kana.
Gopi Paranadana Madana Manohara Kaliya Damana Vidana
Gopi
Gopi
Paranadhana
Madana Manohara
Manohara
Kaliya Damana
Yadamana Vidhana
Amala Harinam Hamiya Vilasa
Amala
Mala
Harina
Harinam
Amiya
Hamiya
Vilasa
Vilasa
आमल हरि नाम हमी अभिलाषा
Amala Ami Avilasa
विपिन पुरंदर नवन नगर वर वंशीवदन सुवासा
Vipina Purandara Navina Karavara Amsivadana Subhasa
रजजन पालना हसुर कुल नासना नंद गोदन रकुवाला
Rajajana Bhavana Surakulana Nanda Godana Rajabala
गोविंद माधव नवनीत तस्कर सुंदर नंद गोपाला
Govinda Madhava Navanita Sundarananda Gopala
यमुना तटचरा गोपी वसन हरा रस रसिक कृपमाया
Yamuna Tatachara
Gopi Vasana Rasana
Rasika
Moya
Kripamaya
श्री राधा वल्लभ वृंदवन नटवर भक्ति विनोद श्रया
Sri
Radha Vallabha
Vrindavana
Vrindavananda
यशोमती नंदना रजवर नागर गोकुल रंजन काना
Jasavati Nandana Madhavana
Rajavara Nagara Gokulanandana
गोपी परणदन मदन मनोहर कालिय दमन विदान
Gopi
Gopi
Paranadana
Paranadana
Madana
Madana
Manohara
Kaliyadama
Kaliyadamana Vidhana
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare Hare
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Hare
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare
Jai Bhakti Vinod.
Rama. Thank you. Yeah. And Therese, would you like to read the English?
Yes, thank you. Sri Krishna, who is known as Khan, is Yasoda's darling son, Raja's paramour, Gokula's delight, the gopis' life and wealth, the enchanter of Cupid, and the conqueror of Kaliya. His names and nectarian pastimes are all transcendental. He is the king of Raja's forest and the best of young paramours. He beautifully plays the flute. He is the guardian of Raja's residence, the destroyer of the demons, and the keeper of Nanda's cows. He is known as Govinda, he who nourishes the cows, senses, Vedas, and world, and Madhava, Sri Radha's consort. He is Nanda's beautiful cowherd boy and a butter thief. He is a spy on the Yamuna's banks and the stealer of the gopis' garments. He is the relisher of the Rasa Leela and the embodiment of mercy. He is Sri Radha's beloved, Vrindavan's great dancer, and Bhakti Vinod's shelter. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur.
Evil. All right. Then Krishna Keshava. You have some
Page
special.
65.
Okay.
Nitai Pada Kamala. Nitai Pada Kamala. Koti Chandra Sushitala. Yechayaya Jagata Judaya.
Nitai
Nitai Pada Kamala, Koti Chandra Susitala, Jechaya Jagata Judaya.
Hena Nitai Vine Bai. Radha Krishna Poitenai. Dridha Kari Dharani Tayarapaya.
Ena Nitai
Nitai Radha
Krishna
Krishna
Paitinai,
Poitinai,
Dridhakari
Kari
Dharani
Dharani
Tayarapaya.
Shri Sambandha Nahi Yara. Vrita Janma Gilatara. Te Pashu Bhada Durachara.
Sambandha Nahiyara, Vrita Janma Gilatara, Se Pasu Bhada Durachara.
Nitai na balila muke, majila samsara suke, vidya kule ki kari betara.
Nitai na Mukhe, Majila Samsara Sukhe, Vyakule Hikari Vetara.
Ahankare mata haina, nitai pada pasariya, asatyere sat Satyakarimani.
Ahakare
Mantabhaya
Nita
Nitapada Pasariya Asatere Satyakorimani
Nitaye Karuna Habe Raje Radha Krishna Pabe Dhara Nitaye Charandu Ani
Nitaye Karunave Brajaradha Krishna Pave Dharo Nitai Charanandukani
Nitaye Charana Satya Tanhara Sevaka Nitya Nitai Pada Sarakara Asa
Nitaye Karuna Satya Taharo Sevaka Nitya Taipada Sadakaro Asa
Narotama Bhadaduki Nitai More Karasuki Rakaranga Charanera Pasa
Narotama Bhadaduki Nitai More Karasuki Rakuranga Charanera Pasa
Dayal Nitai, Dayal Nitai, Dayal Nitai, Dayal Nitai. Jai Gurudev.
Jai.
Then, Tony?
Yep, go on.
Tony, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. Would you like to read the English translation of that song?
Okay, I could not find that. What page is that
Page?
on?
Oh, okay. It's on page 65.
Okay. I'll take my page 65 on the 100-page document, right?
Yes. Oh, no, on the
Okay.
page of the book. Page
Oh, no wonder. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, got you. Let's look at the wrong place. Okay, page 65. One is downloading. It's a different document. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down page 65. Page 65. Come on, page 65. Downloading. Still downloading. Page 65. Page 65. Okay, move. Okay, it's page 65. It says the illusion of bodily identification and mundane
No, this is another
positiveness
book.
is dispelled for the soul surrendered. Is that it?
See the one that says Nitai. Page 65, it says Nitai.
It says page 65 or
Kirtan guide. Have you opened Kirtan guide?
266.
No.
Page.
Page 65.
Is he in the right book?
It's a page. There are 266 pages in the book.
You have to open Pocket Kirtan book.
Pocket Kirtan. Okay. 1 second. Pocket Kirtan. Okay, I have to go back again. 1 second.
I've sent you the link again.
Yeah, I do. I know. I have both of them. There's no problem. I just have to manipulate how to get in there. Yeah. It's you have sent me both. Yes. I have to manipulate them. Pocket Kirtan. Okay. 1. Okay. You know what? One second. One minute. Okay. Okay. Pocket Kirtan. Okay. Pocket Kirtan. 1 second.
65, page 65.
Yep. Just downloading. 65. Move. Okay. The worshipable Vaishnavas' feet are the greatest
Nitai
place.
Padakamala in that book.
What?
Nitai. The Nitai is on the top of the page of 65. Nitai.
65.
There's some way to show it on the screen.
It's the page number on the book, not the number of the download. It's on the physical book.
Okay. I'm just laughing. Okay, so that's funny. It's actually different. You're right. Huh. I mean, it says when I go to page 65, the top page says 62.
Right. So go to 65 on the physical book page.
Okay.
It says Nitai.
64. Nitai. Oh my
There
God.
you go.
That's a different page. That's a different. Okay. That shows page 60. That shows page 68 actually in my thing.
Yeah, you got to go by the book page.
Okay. That shows page 68. Nitai Pada. Oh, you want the English?
Read the translation.
Okay. Cooling little 10 million moons. Nitai's lotus feet soothe the world with the shade. Oh brother. Without Nitai, you cannot reach Radha Krishna. Firmly grasp Nitai's feet. The life of one who had no connection with Nitai passed in vain. Such an animal is very wicked. What will learning aristocratic birth do for one who was immersed in worldly pleasures and never called aloud, Nitai? Maddened with pride, forgetting Nitai's feet, I accept untruth as truth. When Nitai bestows his mercy, he will reach Radha Krishna in Vraja, grasp Nitai's feet. More?
There's one more paragraph on page 66.
Oh, okay, got you. Nitai's feet are truth, and his servants are eternal. Always aspire for Nitai's feet. Narottam is very sad. Oh, Nitai, make me happy. Keep me beside your reddish feet. Reddish feet, yeah. Nitai, the jewel of all good qualities. My Nitai, the jewel of all good qualities.
That's good. That's it.
Okay, thanks.
That's the end of the song.
Yeah, okay.
This is the song. Do you know who Nitai is?
No, never heard of that.
Okay. Nityai means Nityananda. And Nityananda is the associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Okay.
Maybe you have seen the two dancing together in the deity form.
Okay, got you. Yes.
Nityananda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so this song is by Narottam Das Thakur. Now, Narottam Das Thakur was a very intimate disciple of Lord Nityananda. That's why he's singing this song.
Oh, I see.
And our understanding about Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya is actually Krishna, who incarnated in this Kali Yuga about 500 years ago.
Okay.
And Nitai came as an associate brother in the spiritual plane of Vrindavan. Krishna and Balaram. You know Balaram?
Okay.
Krishna and Balaram.
No. Krishna and what?
Balaram. Do you know?
No, I don't.
Do you know Lord? Do you know Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra?
Right. I know the middle person, Baladev.
So Baladev, that's Baladev. Balaram.
Okay, got you.
So Balaram comes in this Kali Yuga, and he incarnates along with Krishna as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. And so
Okay,
this
got
is
it.
Nityananda, huh?
Got it. Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Jai. Very
All
good.
right. Okay, thanks.
All right. Then let's see. Then Shanta Maharaj, would you like to sing one bhajan?
Page 45, Maharaj, Samsara Davananda.
Which page?
45.
45.
Okay. So now you're looking at that same book, page 45.
It may be
Gotcha.
different for him. It may be 48 for him.
45. Wait a minute. Let's see what it is.
It will be different also, Maharaj.
The physical book 45, Tony.
Yeah, I got you. I have it.
The
Start,
the
Maharaj?
top says morning.
Samsara Devananda, yeah.
It says morning, Sri Gaurvastaka.
Yes.
See that one?
Yes, got you.
All right.
Samsara Davanala Nidhaloka Pranaya Karunya Ghana Kanakam
Samsadava Nanalita Loka Pranaya Kaya Naganakam
Praptasya Kalyana Gunarnavasa Vande Gurasi Charanarvindam
Kaya Nagunanavasya Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam.
Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam
Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam.
Mahaprabhu Kirtan Nitya Gita Vaditya Majana Manusara Sena
Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nitya Gita Aditya Madhyana
Sarasana
Romanchakam Pasru Taranga Bhajo Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam
Romanshakam Vande Guru
Sri
Charanarvindam.
Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam
Vande Guru
Sri
Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Charanarvindam.
Sri Vigraharadhana Nityanana Singaratan Mandiramajanado
Sri Vigraha
Dana Nityanana Sringaratanma Niravachanado.
Yuktasya Vaktasya Niyunjatopi Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam
Yuktasya Bhaktam Danyunjatopi Vande Guru Sri
Charanarvindam.
Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam
Vande
Guru
Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Charanarvindam.
Chaturvidha Sri Bhagavat Prasada Swadanna Triptana Hari Bhakta Sanghan
Chaturvidha Bhagavat Prasada
Itvaiva Triptim Bhajata Swadeva Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam
Saivaho
Sri Charanarvindam.
Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam.
Vande Guru
Sri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam.
Sri Radhika Madhavayor Paro Madhurjalila Gunarupanam.
Sri Radhika
Madhaviyorapara Madhurya Gunarupanam
Pratikshana Swadanalolupasya Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam.
Pratiksha
Swadhanalupasaya
Vande Guru
Sri Charanarvindam.
Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam.
Vande Guru
Sri
Charanarvindam
Charanarvindam.
Vande
Vande
Guru
Guru Sri
Charanarvindam
Charanarvindam.
निकुंजयो नारतिकेलि सीधे जजालि विरुक्ति अपेक्षणीया
Nikunjayo no Radikeli Siddhaya Yayali Viruti Avekshaniya
तत्रादिदाक्षादतिवल्लभाश वन्दे गुरा श्री चरणारविन्दम्
Tatra Divyasya Adivalabha
Adivalabhasya
Vande Guru
Guru Sri Charanarvindam.
वन्दे गुरा श्री चरणारविन्दम् वन्दे गुरा श्री चरणारविन्दम्
Vande
Vande
Guru
Guru
Sri
Sri
Charanarvindam
Charanarvindam.
Vande Guru
Vande
Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam.
साक्षाद्धरित्वेन समास्तशास्त्रे उक्तस्तदा भावते साध्वी
Sakshadhari
Dive Nasamasta Shastre Yuktastantava
किन्तु प्रभुर्जा प्रिय एव तस्य वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम्
Kintu Prabhu
Vande Guru
वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम् वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम्
Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam.
Vande Guru
Sri Charanarvindam.
यस्य प्रसादात् भगवत्प्रसादो यस्य प्रसादात् नरति कुतोऽपि
Yasha Prasadat Bhagavat Prasadam
ध्यायां स्तुवां तस्य यशस्त्रिसन्ध्यां वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम्
Vayam Tatsat
Satyaya Satchitanandam
Vande
Vande
Guru Sri
Charanarvindam
Charanarvindam.
वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम् वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम्
Vande
Vande
Guru
Guru Sri
Charanara
Charanarvindam.
Vande
Vande
Guru
Vande Guru Shri
Sri Charanarvindam.
Srimad Guru Rashtakame Brahme Muhurte Patati Prayatna
Srimad Guru Kash
Kakame Karuchar Brahme Mahorte Patiti
Yastena Vrindavananath Sakshat Sevaiva Labhyo Janasantaiva
Yastena
Yasena Ananata Saksha Devaya Labhya Janasantaiva
Bande Guru Sri Charanarvindam Bande Guru Sri Charanarvindam
Vande
Vande
Guru
Guru
Shri
Sri
Charanaravinda
Vande
Vande
Guru
Guru Shri Charanaravinda
Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva
Jaya
Jaya
Guru
Guru
Deva Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya
Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva
Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Guru Jaya. I'm sorry. All right. Now, so we'll continue where we left off on the Prapanna Jivanamrita. Does Tony have a copy?
I sent it to him.
Tony, do you have a copy
Yes.
of the Prapanna Jivanamrita?
Do I? I have to ask disciple.
Tony, it's the second link that I sent you underneath the Kirtan guide.
Got you.
Sri
What
Prapanna
page?
Jivanamrita.
Okay. Got you.
Which page number, Maharaj, we are in?
I am page 85 at the bottom, number 13.
Number 13. I'm joining in a few minutes, Maharaj.
Shanta Maharaj said. Shanta Maharaj will join back in a couple of minutes. I think he has to take a call.
Does it say understand the essence or how much long?
Do you know the book, proper book?
Is that page? Is the total page is 185? No, more than 266.
Yes.
200. Okay, I have to go to the other page.
Yes.
Okay. Other book is fine. I'll find page 30.
Now on the book page, 80.
Yeah,
80
I'm not there yet. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm having challenges with that cell phone. I'm not also don't use these smartphones. This is also new to me. Bear with me for a second. The second one, page, total number of pages is 100.
No, you had the right book.
I had the right book.
The 266.
Okay. Oops.
Yeah, that's
sorry.
correct.
Okay.
We're on page 85.
Page 85. Kirtan guide.
No, not the Kirtan.
Prapanna Jivanamrita.
Okay. Okay. Is that page 185 total or 266? 266 discard. Page 266.
It was at the top of the page.
Tony, the page that we're on the left side of
You
the
know
top
what?
of the page, on the top of the left
No.
side, it will say 5.13.
Okay, just please kindly ignore that I'm here, because it's not only this, I'm also challenged to the cell phone. I'm not a cell phone user. I have no needs to use smartphones. I'm just using it literally. This exercise, I'm literally doing it for the first time. So just go on, I'll try to find it.
Should I share the
Page,
page?
yeah, so.
You're doing fine. Don't worry.
And
You're doing fine.
Should I share it on the computer?
Let him learn. Are you able to find it?
no, it's
No.
my fingers just touching the wrong thing. Java Nirtam PDF, Prapanna Javan PDF. No. Somehow
Yeah.
there's something got messed up in my phone, because every time it's downloading 100 pages.
I see.
Okay, it could be my phone. Yeah.
All right. Maybe we'll put it
Okay,
on the
go on.
screen.
Okay,
Put it
just
on
go
the
on.
screen.
It'll take me some. Yeah, I just had it 266 page, 266 finally, and I lost it. Kirtan. Ah, that's my phone. No, it's my phone. Yeah, technology, yeah. Something got copied on top of something. Never mind, it's just technical. It's just, that's okay, just go on, I'll just listen. Yeah. I clicked on something and copied something. Anyway, that's okay. Please kindly go on. Yeah.
Which text are we on?
13. The one on the bottom. Can you make it any bigger?
It's big for them.
Can you see the page now on your screen?
No, you have to forgive me. I'm having problems with this phone myself, so I'm not
Okay.
even manipulating, being able to. So
Tony, you don't even have to worry about pulling it up yourself now. We shared it to the main page that we were
Yeah.
on before.
okay, I understand.
We shared it
I
on the
understand.
screen.
I understand. Main page, Google Meet. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Got you.
No problem.
Thanks. Yeah. Thank you.
So now we're on the text 13 at the bottom of the page.
Okay.
Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Astatara Sata Srimad Srila Bhakti
Rakshak.
what is it?
Rakshak.
Srila Bhakti Raga Kshitradev Goswami Maharaja Ki Jai.
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 So it says here on text 13, page 85 at the bottom, here Anyata Pradarshayatopi Swarupata Palakaptvam Yada Shakashapi Natavad Utsahe Mahesh Hatum Tava Pada Pankajam Usanirastopi Shishu Stan Anjayo Najatu Matus Charano Jihasati from Sri Yamunacharyasya. Meaning is, he is our natural guardian, even if externally he shows otherwise. O Almighty Lord, even if you make me hopeless, I can never leave your lotus feet in any condition. If the mother becomes angry and separates her children from her breast, does the child thereby leave the feet of his mother? Sri Yamunacharya. So this is one of the symptoms of a devotee. Lord Chaitanya himself showed us when he told Ashlishyava Padat Vratab Panashtumam Darshanam Sata Karotuva, that even if you are not showing yourself to me, Lord Chaitanya was praying to Krishna, even if you do not show yourself to me, or you trample on my heart, crush me by your embrace, whatever you do, you are my Lord unconditionally. This is the symptom of unconditional love, exhibited by Mahaprabhu. You know, in the life of Jesus Christ, he had to carry that cross on which he would be crucified. Such a humiliating act that he took that cross up the hill, Mount Calvary, and in the last was nailed, crucified. So much pain and punishment was given to him, and he was still thinking of the people who were doing this to him, and he was saying, Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they're doing. And then in the last, he also asked, when he was like taking his last breath, he said, what is that? That he was praying that the Lord would not forsake him. He prayed, please, why are you forsaking me? He prayed like that, why are you forsaking me? Leaving me to die like this in all ultimate humility and pain. Why are you leaving me like this? A horrible condition. Yet never faithless, despite all the difficulties. He never forgot his Lord. And Mahaprabhu also prayed like that. He was feeling great pain of separation from Krishna in the mood of Radharani. But he never left his concern, his affection, his love, his complete surrender. He never departed from that. So these are the pastimes of the Lord and his devotees. They're offered like this. It only proves the devotee's love for his Lord. Undying, inseparable love. Uninterruptible. Oitikiya pratiyata. No condition. Never is it hindered any consideration of reward or punishment. This is the ultimate manifestation of devotees' love for the Lord. Unconditional love. And it's all the Lord's mercy to make us hopeless. Just like it gives the example here. When the mother is sometimes in the mood, a nasty mood, she may separate the child from her. And the child will cry, "Mom, why are you not letting me come to you?" But he may get angry like that. He may feel very disappointed that mother has abandoned him when he wants her the most. But he doesn't decide thereby, "I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave you." He remains attached to mother. Something like that. So it happens in ordinary life, and it also happens in spiritual life. When there's complete shelter, when there's complete surrender, the devotee doesn't leave the shelter of Krishna, and ever. The story I heard from, I think it was Srila Prabhupada, about World War II, when the sons in Germany were going to war, and were fighting for Hitler. Anyhow, the mothers of those sons were going to church praying that their sons would come back safely. And when they did come back safely, then the mothers stopped going to the church. They didn't pray to God anymore. This is not working, they felt. Therefore, we have no need of such a God. So they were going to God for some result. They had no love. They were not worshiping the Lord out of love for Him. That's some other motive. Like this. Sometimes devotees have to face very difficult things. But if their love is pure, Mahaprabhu showed love and separation. Not an easy thing, a very real thing. That is a natural, he said here, the natural guardian. Sridhara Maharaj's commentary here says, the Lord is our natural guardian. Just like the mother is the natural guardian of the child. So the soul has the Lord as his natural guardian, as Krishna, as his natural guardian. And not some artificial thing, and not some mentally imposed thing, not some imaginary thing. It's a natural thing. Prabhupada used to say our constitutional position to be servant of Krishna. That's our constitutional position. And then we cannot artificially separate the Lord and his devotees. Not like we have a choice, but it's not at the same time, it's not based on force. It's our nature. We come to terms with that nature by the Lord's mercy. Transcendental knowledge, yes.
Does being honest with oneself have anything to do with the process of navigating emotional life? Being honest with oneself about what their true desires are, where their position is right now.
Can they hear you?
My question for Maharaj was, if being honest with oneself has any role in the development of devotional life.
Yes, of course. Who are you? What is one's actual self? Mahaprabhu answered that when Sanatana Goswami asked him, Kayami. Kayami means who am I? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you are the Jivara Svabhoy Nityara Krishnadas. You are the eternal servant of Krishna. That is your identity. So once you take up that identity, then you are yourself. So knowing oneself is knowing that you are the servant of Krishna. And that is your constitutional nature. Tatashtra Shakti Beda Bed Prakash. You are the Tatashtra Shakti, one and different from Krishna. So knowing that, we can find ourselves and we can find what is our actual, and we can be satisfied in acting in that serving capacity. That's the only thing that will satisfy us. And there's no difference between self-realization and Krishna consciousness. Self-realization means Krishna consciousness, and Krishna consciousness means self-realization.
I was also meaning more in the minutia of daily activity, being honest with oneself. Like you may have a practitioner of bhakti, you have a devotee, and they know, that Shastra says I am the eternal servant of Krishna. I know that I'm always supposed to offer everything to Gurudev and to Krishna, and that's what I'm telling myself I'm doing. But am I really doing that? I'm telling myself I'm doing service, but somehow I have some anxiety. My heart feels different than what my mind is, what I'm telling myself. Sometimes you speak about mind and actuality not being in harmony, and that's not a good sign. And that in the eternal plane, the absolute actuality and the mental are one and the same.
If we are not satisfied in our service, then we are committing some offense or have some impurity in our hearts, and we have to wait until that becomes purified. So that becomes purified. So there are so many descriptions of how we can serve and what are the offenses to service. So we have to check that. We have to look. What am I doing that's right or wrong? And by that process, we have to correct ourselves, correct our thought. And the most important process in that path is the chanting of the holy name. We give our hope and our trust and our faith in the name of Krishna to purify our hearts. And if we are sincere, the process does work. The process will work. And we will find knowledge arising in our heart that solidifies, concretizes our understanding of things. And thereby we become satisfied. And not that it's not a genuine process. Bhakti Yoga is a real process of realization that reveals itself to us in the knowledge that Krishna gives us. What is that verse? Dadami buddhi yogam tam. Desham satata yuktanam. Bhajatam pritipurvakam. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. And we'll get that knowledge by Krishna's grace. By what? Tesham Satata Yuktanam. Always remaining connected with Krishna by remembrance, Bhajatam Pritipurvakam, and singing his glories with some affections. Pritipurvakam. Not just doing it mechanically, but doing it with some affection. The Dami Buddhi, and then Krishna does give us that knowledge. Yeyatamam prapadyante. We have to remember we're responsible. We are responsible for what we are seeing, what we are knowing, what we are doing. We are responsible. Our desire. And unless we genuinely desire Krishna, we will get Krishna. We won't get Krishna. We'll get something else, whatever we desire. So we have to look inside our own heart. What is it we want? And with enough sukriti, we may be fortunate enough to get that. By the grace of Guru and Gauranga. A devotee has a choice, but at the same time he doesn't have a choice. His heart is such that he never makes a choice for something other. He doesn't make a choice for not Krishna. He does want Krishna. And that can never be interrupted. That is a devotee. If we want another type of world without Krishna, the Lord will provide that. Yeyatamam prapadyante. Tam's the taiva bhajami. However you worship him or don't worship him, he will provide that for you, that consciousness, and the world that goes along with it. Understand?
Yes, Maharaj.
Any questions? Maharaj, you have any comment?
Maharaj, actually, I was also thinking, Maharaj, generally, most of the time, we approach to Lord, having some comfort for our own self, and we don't want any discomfort should come when we are approaching that plane. But actually, we see that most of the cases, it is actually the devotee, like Prabhupada says, voluntarily accepts the discomfort. If there is some satisfaction of Lord is involved, that is the priority than any other self-consideration. So that's what you are also saying, Maharaj, that Srila Maharaj told about complete self-forgetfulness.
Yes, we can see who is serious devotee. Are they ready to accept some difficulties and still remain in their service? Then we can test the purity of the heart. Have an easy path all the way through. That is not so much of a test. Have a difficult time, that is a test. Any other comment? Questions?
Maharaj, the Vrindavan devotion is the best example of this. They are doing the service in the mid of all kinds of adversity, because they have to meet Krishna, and for that they have to do so many things, so much difficulties they have to experience in the society actually.
Yes, the sages who had to do so many penances to reach the position of the gopis. Do you know that story?
Which one, Maharaj?
Huh? Those sages who had to do so much penances and go through so much difficulty to take birth as the gopis. And their
Yes,
next,
Dandakaranya sages.
that was, they had to undergo great tribulations to reach that position. And the devotees are generally admiring the gopis because to reach that position that they have, they know they had to go through great suffering, great purification to come to that high position. So it is not that difficulties are real difficulties for devotees. They're difficulties, no doubt. But by those difficulties in the service of Krishna, their hearts are becoming very purified. Huh? Hearts are becoming very purified. And they're just like those sages who take on so much austerity and so forth. They're not thinking it's difficult so much as they know their hearts are becoming pure. Just like the iron, you put it in the fire, it becomes hardened, it becomes like steel. It doesn't happen like that without going through the fire. Fire and so many processes it goes through. It only becomes very hardened and perfect through fire like that, going through the fire. So these things in devotional life have a different significance than in material sense. They have an everlasting value. That only those who are willing to take up these things for the sake of Krishna, for the service of Krishna, they can get the result. They'll get the final result, higher result.
Maharaj, Sri Narottam Das Thakur has told, Seva Sukha Dukha Parama Sampada Nasaye Avidya Dukha. I may be getting in the service some happiness and unhappiness, but that is the supreme wealth, that I am having. And that will destroy all the suffering coming from ignorance.
So let's see. Let's go to the next verse. What was that?
Aditi Nandan Prabhu, I think, from Colombia.
Hare Krishna Prabhu? Orlando? What's his name?
Aditi Krishna.
Aditi.
Aditi Nandan Das. Aditi Nandan Prabhu. You are muted. Prabhu.
Okay, anyhow, next verse is number 14, huh? Number 14. Page 85, number 14 page. You there? Taditadasraya bhavat tashraivaika Rakshak tavam. Bhumo skalita paranam Bhumar evalanam manam. Tvai jatta paradhanam Tvam eva saranam prabho. Skande. He is proven to be the only shelter, since there is actually no shelter but him. For those who have stumbled and fallen upon the ground, that very ground is the only support by which they can arise once again. Likewise, for those who have offended you, O Lord, you alone are their only refuge.
It's from Skanda Puran, Maharaj.
Skanda Purana.
Actually, it is the only scripture, Maharaj, which has a details, elaborate details about Rath Yatra and Jagannath.
I'm sorry?
This is the only literature which has detail about Jagannath and Rath Yatra, and that procedures that they follow in Puri.
Okay. I know a Trimar's like used to tell one story, one event from the Mahabharata regarding Draupadi. Draupadi, when she came to the arena where they were going to, where they were playing dice,
Yes.
and Pandavas lost, and that came to the Kauravas, and finally they had to auction or offer Draupadi, their wife, in the lottery, and she lost, and they lost her to them. Then she was taken forcibly and wanted to rip her sari from her body and embarrass her, totally denigrate her. And she was such a faithful and chaste lady, and they wanted to make her naked in front of the whole assembly. They began to take her sari, and in the process, she began calling, "Oh, Yudhisthira, Bhima, Arjun, where are you? Why don't you save her husbands? Huh? Please save me. Don't let them do this to me. How can you allow this to happen?" Huh? Until they continued taking, and they did nothing. And finally, they were about to take the last bit from her body, and she called, raised her arms up. She was previously holding on and wishing that her husbands would do something to help her. But nothing helped. They continued to forcibly rip her garments. And then she finally lifted her arms. She had no other shelter but Krishna. "Oh Lord, please help me." And somehow or other, the Lord provided cloth. And then she was asking, "Why didn't you help me when I first asked?" And then Krishna said, "Well, you were calling for help from your husbands." So many people he wanted to take help from. Finally, you called me and I helped you. So complete surrender to Krishna is necessary. You won't get help from anywhere else. And then Krishna will help. You are rightfully. He becomes your servant, his devotee servant, who surrender everything to him, the whole protection, everything. Then the Lord becomes that devotee servant, Bhaktavatsala. That kind of sincerity, that kind of surrender is necessary. Complete surrender, depending completely upon the Lord. No other shelter. That's a requirement. You know that? You heard Maharaj speak like that?
Yes. Acharya Maharaj?
Oh yes, Acharya Maharaj.
Yes, Maharaj. He has explained that. Actually, I heard that Acharya Maharaj also telling that, as you told last time, she was holding. Actually, she was holding with her teeth, finally. her last strength was her teeth. The sari she was holding with the teeth. And then that is also not enough. Then she has no other hope, and she has to finally lift her arm. So Krishna actually only came when she fully surrendered, as you told me. Yes. Sadanga Sadagati Vaive Jaha Tahara Partana Swamasana.
So what looks like a bad thing is actually the Lord's mercy.
Yes, ma'am.
By
Yes.
making his devotee helpless, hopeless, and helpless is actually doing the greatest kindness to get that devotee's surrender, complete surrender. Otherwise, we are always looking for some other shelter, looking for something else, some place to put our faith. All faith must be given to the Lord. That is surrender, real surrender. Okay, next text, 15. Do we have time? Okay. Tony, are you able to read that?
You're muted. Tony, you are muted. You have to unmute your mic.
Got it.
Are
Got it.
you able to read on the screen?
Yeah. The only shelter for this is that the only shelter for the shelterless. I'm drowning in some remote region of a fathomless.
Before that, there is Sanskrit.
You don't have to read. I just want to make sure you can see it on the screen.
Yes, I'm able to see it on the screen. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Nirashrayam, Nirashrayanam, Evaikashraya, Vrittavivita, Pade Branti Vegad Agadhe, Alavati Bhavapure, Ajatome Vidure, Ashrana Gana, Bandor Nakripa, Kashmudino, Kalmudino, Sakrid Akrita Vilambam, Dehi Hasta Valamban, Sri Rupa Padanam. The only shelter for the shelterless. I am drowning in some remote region of fathomless, treacherous ocean, the vast sea of frustration, swept by the tide of hallucination. O friend of the shelterless, O benediction moon, please, just once now, lend me your helping hand. Sri Rupa Goswami. If we can think of a more helpless situation, being in the middle of a fathomless, treacherous ocean, in the water, sharks are coming, so many things are there. The waves are coming, crashing upon you. Frustration and hallucination. This is our surrounding. Then what to do in such a situation? The only thing left is God. The only help you have, possible help, is Krishna. Otherwise, you are gone. Your life is finished. What would you do in such a situation?
Maharaj, I was remembering that
Yes.
sloka of Bhagavad Gita. There, I think it is in invocation or in I think first chapter is there that it is explains in the river there are crocodiles and big fish and like that. All these names it says, and then Pandavas could cross that dangerous river because there was some expert navigator. Krishna was there to help them.
What did he say? I didn't follow Maharaj.
Maharaj, I was remembering one sloka from the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Either it is there or in the invocation. It is there that the river of Mahabharata is full of so many dangerous creatures like crocodile and whale and other entities. But Pandavas could easily cross that because there was expert captain or the sailor was there. Krishna to
Oh,
guide them.
yes. Well, one who was on the boat with a good captain. The boat means the Gurudev and Shastra, their Lord's instructions. Then their procedure across the river or the ocean, whatever it may be, that will be not difficult. There will be no difficulty. Following Gurudev's perfect plan, then we can have no difficulty going across. The ocean is shrunk to a puddle. Once we get on the boat, then the ocean becomes a puddle. If a calf makes a footprint in the mud and you put some water in there, then that is the amount of difficulty you have to face to cross the ocean of material existence. Any more questions, comment?
Maharaj, the role of faith, how to develop that faith. We're hearing all these wonderful things, but how can we develop that faith?
That we have to do by approaching those who have faith. The pillars of faith, Vaishnavas, they are pillars of faith, lighthouses. Just like the ships are in the dark ocean, the darkness of night, they can't see any stars or anything to guide them. So they are on the sea and they don't know where the land is or anything. They have no way to guide themselves. And then if there's a lighthouse, a light tower, then they have some way to guide. Otherwise, they have no direction. So those lighthouses are very essential for them to understand at least where the land is and which way they have to go. So like that. In spiritual life, those lighthouses of faith are Guru and Vaishnava. Sadhu-Guru, Vaishnava, or Shastra. And from those things, serving those things, we can have some direction in our life, which way to go. As soon as we give up those things, then we have no direction. We cast at sea, cast adrift.
Maharaj, I have said that sloka, Maharaj.
I'm sorry?
I have said that sloka. It is in Srimad Bhagavad Gita Mangalacharan, auspicious
Shloka which
invocation.
Shanta Maharaj mentioned about Krishna guiding the Pandavas across the dangerous ocean of Mahabharata, quoted here.
Okay. What do you say, Maharaj? Anything else?
No, Maharaj.
No?
Maharaj, this sloka indicates no more in a dangerous situation than this, Maharaj. Everywhere there is danger. The river is Kurukshetra, and the bank is the Bhishma, and Dronacharya, two banks. Jayadratha is the water. The sons of the Gandhari is the blue lotus flower. Salya the crocodile, Kripa the waves, Karna the sword, and Aswathama, Vikarna and the company, the fearful sharks. Duryodhan the whirlpool, and Kesava the boatman of this river of the battle that was crossed by the Pandavas.
All right. So I think we end today's Sangha.
Thank you, Maharaj. Jai Vishnu
Thank you,
Pad,
Maharaj.
Sripad, Bhakti Puri Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Jai Shri Sripad. Bhakti Nishkam Santa Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Srimati Devi ki jai.
Jai,
Jai.
Sriman Krishna Kesava Prabhu ki jai.
jai,
Jai Tony, Bhakta Tony ki jai.
Manas.
jai,
Bhakti Teres ki jai.
jai,
Jai Gau Premanandi. Uma Devi ki jai.
jai.
Okay. I think please be safe.
Thank you.
Dandavad on devotees. Dandavad.
Have a good week.
You too.
You are coming tomorrow, Therese?
Oh, Ingo's coming. I have I'm going to a memorial service for a friend's father. So, but Ingo will be there.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.